Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Copper Coins Coin Roll Hunt 804 1961D. How's everybody doing today? I'm filling in for your normal host, Chuck. Frostbite, what's happening? He is out of town and I need to get these done so I can start shipping some stuff out. Let a person or two get in here and we'll get things going. In between meetings, Jim Fletcher, welcome. Go ahead and open this roll up now. Going to do the 86D roll about 5 minutes after this roll. I will see Chuck today. All right. Yeah, that's right. You're going to that St. Louis show, aren't you? Well, so much. This wrapper's fighting all the way. Wish I was going. Of course, I spent all my money at the fun show, so... All right, we got her freed from its binding. And we're going to get this show rolling. I'm going to look at the first 10 reverses. I actually ended up buying rolls. I did find probably 10 or so dimes. And I found a bunch of nickel RPMs, 38D, 36D, 34D, Buffalo nickel RPMs. And that's about it. I literally only looked for coins maybe 2 hours. First coins for Dan. Crispy, welcome to the show. Good to see you. As you can see, I'm filling in for Chuck for these two reveals. Looks like much of the country is getting rain and flooding and all sorts of nasty stuff. Our rain finally subsided, so I'll be able to do my yard work tomorrow. Yay me. Eric Maith, welcome. Coin 2 for Stanley. Turn the light down just a little bit. I will be starting on my reveals tomorrow, just before 1 o'clock. 06P roll. Yeah, did you see New York City this morning? Man, they're going to be in bad shape too. Everywhere is flooding, it seems like. Where have you been, Eric? I guess it's been about a week since we've been on, hasn't it? Or since Monday, anyways. So far, some nice looking coins. But no die varieties. They're all over Adam. I was watching people get rescued from the subway in New York City because the subway actually quit running and flooded. And they had video of it, and these people are just sitting there like nothing's going on. And I'm just like, man, if that was anywhere else but New York, it would be sheer panic. Ooh, well, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, Eric. That was me. I've been putting in a lot of time trying to attribute all this stuff and get it ready to ship. And you leave town for 3 or 4 days and it totally backs you up. And I was never really caught up from when I had COVID. Yeah, I want to say we've had 25 inches of rain here so far, but Florida gets 25 inches of rain and it just floods for a day. I mean, it goes right down. And we had some flooded roads, and that's about it where I'm at. I think Dan is getting inundated with rain right now. Baton Rouge area is getting hit by that tropical depression. Yeah. Yep. I hear that. And I can tell you, when you get that much rain, it's incredible. Dirty Water, welcome. I know there was some mudslinging over the flooding that happened a couple weeks ago, and the National Weather Service proved that they warned them 2 weeks ahead of time, then they warned them a week ahead of time, then they warned them a day ahead of time to not stay there, that it was going to flood. And they even called for a once-in-a-100-year flood in the prediction, in a once-in-50-year flood zone or something like that. I didn't. Oh, yes, I did. I saw it. What'd you end up giving for it? And what grade was it? I should have sold my 66 and 65 at the fun show. I actually had an offer for both of them. That ain't bad. What grade is it? 66? Well, it's an $1,800 coin. Yeah, I had an offer of $2,000 for a 66 and a 65. And I should have took it, but we had already left the show and I didn't feel like going back in. And when I say 18, it's probably honestly an honest 16, maybe 17. I think the full-blown retail is, they're a little struck through, is around 1,800. Little die crack above the cornice. Yep, absolutely. Well, a lot of those people are saying that they didn't get any warning, and I mean, then not only did they get verbal warnings, they got a written warning, the way I understand it. But next show I go to, I will probably just search for coins. I did not expect there to be so many rolls of coins at this show. It's very rare that people bring Lincoln cents. Some of them thought they were selling gold, though, until basically Friday is when they started lightening up. I do too. I mean, I just watch the news, and of course, with all the phones and everything like that, you know something's going on. And I'm sure there's lawsuits flying. I don't know for sure. I haven't heard anything like it, but you know there is. And that's probably why everybody's like not saying a word. Let me see if that's a hair or that's a little baby RPM. That's a little Little baby RPM. If it's not listed, it won't be listed. You can see it right here. Just a little bit. Coin number 12. Yeah, I heard from a friend of mine that lives in Queens, and she says that it's a zoo in Queens right now. Everybody trying to get rescued. Well, if you know it, Eric, it's I can't make out the. All right. Let me let this little dog in that's busting at the door. Are you coming or what? All right, we're back at it. So far, not a lot to speak of in this roll. Nice coins, though. There are some nice coins in this roll. Oh, all right. Now it's not rescue anymore, is it, Frostbite? It's the search, isn't it? I mean, I guess it's possible, but man, it's been a long time for somebody to be without food and water. Ooh. Recovery, yeah. That's terrible stuff, too. But the fun show was pretty good. We ended up meeting up with Adam Connor and a couple other people. Met some good people. Had some good meals. Good times. Coin 17, Stonecutter. So nothing in this roll so far to speak of. I guess we do get one minor RPM, and it will be 2 minor if it's not already up there. Eric Meath. Well, you know, Frosty, that everybody should do what they can do in times like this. I know, like, during the hurricane struggles, it's amazing. Even the neighbors that hate one another, they look out for each other. We've got a set of neighbors here that does not get along. And when we have the hurricanes, it's just like they're just checking on each other, everything. You know, we had one house, the power didn't get restored for 6 weeks. And heck, I think I gave them 100 gallons of gas. And he's like, well, I'll give it back. I says, well, it's just going to spoil in my garage. There's no way I'm going to use 100 gallons of gas. So just use it up. If everybody does the little stuff, the people that got to do the hard stuff have time to do it. I have not heard of them, Eric. There are a lot of ministry groups that do a lot around here. But I don't, I'm not sure of the names, but I know there's a big one in Tampa. Coming up next is an 86 D-roll. Then I will sort through these and you guys will start getting some packages. Did mail a couple today, James Valley and Crypto. But most everybody's waiting on either these coins or coins that I'm still processing. Yep, Samaritan's Purse. I've actually heard of that one. I think that one's actually a national. Dan McCumber, welcome. Ooh, this has got a counting wheel mark on it. Little die crack in the head. Coin 24, Kurt. How you doing, Dan? You everything starting to come back? Hopefully you're starting to become mended. Coin 25, halfway point in the roll for Stan. Very little. Well, that means it's a little bit. It's coming, a little bit's coming back, so I guess that's better than nothing. You streaming Saturday morning, Frostbite? So I know whether to be there or not. Always a good stream on the weekend mornings. Okay, yeah, just let me know. Anybody got any good finds? I know Dirty Water's found all sorts of good stuff lately. Watched his video last night. Couple 2015 DDRs, all sorts of good stuff. Yeah, I found some dime RPMs at the show and Buffalo nickel RPMs at the show. But I didn't really look at a lot of coins. I walked in and basically walked around, and there was stuff I needed for here that I ended up buying, like flips and stuff like that. And I only brought $800 to spend with another $200 to just in case. And I busted through that like nothing. Box of pennies from Georgia. Hoping to find some 2024 DDOs. Yeah, I get rolls from Georgia and they didn't have nothing. Kind of a bummer. There's a guy that has a box from Louisiana, but he wants $200 for it, plus shipping. I do got a big old box of rolls coming, though. kind of got them from an well, not an unreliable source, but a source that an unusual source. I usually don't. I just happen to stumble across it. It's someplace I normally don't buy from. So hopefully it goes smooth. Yeah, I agree. I haven't decided yet if I'm just going to suck it up and buy one. Is that a struck through? Not sure what that is. It looks like a struck through and it's like peeled off. It looks strange. I'm not going to touch it because it will come right off, that piece of metal. But it's definitely a struck through by the rim. Coin 33, Stan. Kevin Hawthorne, good morning. Hope all is well up in Lakeland. You guys got some flooding up in Lakeland, didn't you? I remember right, I heard that there was flooding up there. Has been crazy for sure. Plant City, yeah. Yeah. Oh, we've all been getting a bunch of rain. It's ridiculous. I mean, we literally, yesterday it rained and I think we got 2 inches of rain in like 20 minutes. But that's always, Florida's always rains like that. It comes down and it really comes down. Like I say, fortunately, it runs through the dirt because we're pretty much sand and limestone. So it flows through pretty good. Pardon me. Coin 37, Chubby Pop. It sure is. It sure is. But it's not just, I mean, there's been flooding everywhere. They had flooding earlier in the year in Michigan. I know that North Carolina had it. Now New York's got it. And heck, I think Texas is going to get another big batch of rain this weekend. So that can't be a good thing. How long does it goes right down though, doesn't it, Kevin? I mean, like my front yard where the swale is, the swale it floods out to the street sometimes. Yeah, that's what I thought, Frosty. And you can count on that dumping 20 inches of rain. I mean, local settings somewhere. Yeah, that's what I thought, Dan. I've been watching that. We got basically Monday and Tuesday. We got it, but it was just a invest at that point. Area of concern. It hadn't hit the warm water yet. I do see they say there's one south in the Caribbean that could come up and affect us. but it's still too far out to even know where it's going to go. Has anybody seen Malcolm around? I have been trying to get a hold of Malcolm I've got coins of his here. And I got nowhere to send them. He doesn't live in Florida anymore. And I haven't been able to, he hasn't answered emails, Facebook, text messages, anything. So if you see Malcolm around, tell him to get a hold of me. Yeah, I do too. It's kind of, and I noticed that there hasn't been a whole lot of activity on his Facebook or anything, so not sure what's going on. Yeah, if anybody bumps into him, for sure ask him to get a hold of me, because I need a shipping address. U.S. Postal Service raised rates Sunday night. Doesn't seem too terrible. It looks like the average package, like my mailing packages, went up 40 cents. Used to be $4.13 or $4.17. Now it's like $4.53 and $4.63, depending on what zone I'm mailing to. So nothing to speak of anything really nice in this roll. Wow, they raised that too, eh? Now what happens if you prepay on that? Do they still raise the rates and just bill you? Or are you grandfathered in? That's one thing I should be getting as a P.O. box. All right, until the next renewal. All right, cool. So nothing in this roll except for one super minor RPM for Paul Hampton. Like I say, if it's not listed, I'm not going to even bother listing it, because that would be not even be visible if the coin was AU. It's that minor. And the last coin is for Sirag. I will be heading back here. I'd probably need at least 5 minutes to get everything ready. And then I will be back with the 86D roll. I want to thank everybody for joining, and I will see everybody in about 5 or 10 minutes. Be looking out for roll reveal 805. We'll talk to you in a minute.